Your time now is 11:43 on your Wednesday, and we are tracking a strong cold front that is going to arrive today, and it's going to bring in breezy and chilly conditions for Thanksgiving Day. Our first freeze will then be likely Friday morning as a result of that front for areas north of the Metroplex, and I'll show you where in a moment. But I need to show you this roller coaster of temperatures that we're dealing with. A high today of 79 degrees. It drops to a high of 52 on Thanksgiving Day Thursday, mid-50s on Friday, low 60s Saturday. Another front ushers in cold air, and we'll be in the 50s to kick off December. So we will be tracking a couple of fronts there. Dallas Love Field right now showing some cloud cover overhead, a temperature of 66 degrees. That's about 16 degrees warmer than where we were at this point yesterday. So, warmer than where we were at this point yesterday. So yeah, it's a warm day. It feels like spring out there. And right now at DFW, also looking at a high in the 70s today. But right now we're at 68 degrees. Wind out of the southwest at about 15 to 20. We are seeing a lot of cloud cover moving in as well. This is that higher cloud cover that we generally see ahead of strong cold fronts, and that's exactly what's going to happen today. That front is going to move in. It's going to usher in the coldest air of the season so far, and this is how our high temperatures will act. We will have plenty of time to warm up before the front arrives, so the temperature will be at 79 degrees in the Metroplex. Now, at the same time, around 4 or 5, we will see that colder air already filtering into areas of northwestern North Texas. So that's going to, again, happen between 4 or 5. The front arrives mid to late afternoon, and slowly but surely that colder air filters in behind it. You may notice a shift in the wind around this point. You may notice a little more cloud cover, and then in a few hours you'll notice that cold air lagging behind and then filtering in overnight. So by tomorrow morning, by the time we start our Thanksgiving Day, temperatures are going to be in the mid-40s for all of my turkey trot runners. It is going to be a little breezy at times, temperatures generally in the 40s, and it doesn't warm up all that fast because the morning will consist of some cloud cover. That cloud cover will keep us in the mid-40s, and then eventually we'll see a few breaks in the clouds, 51 degrees around noon, around 4 in the afternoon, about 52 degrees. And again, that north wind here to stay throughout the day on Thursday. And that's going to continue to filter in that cold air. So by the time Friday morning rolls around, it'll look like this. We'll be at about 35 degrees in Dallas, 34 in Fort Worth. Where you see that white line, that's called a freezing line. Anything to the north of that has a decent chance of seeing freezing temperatures, and for a lot of locations it'll be the first freeze of the season. I don't think this will be pipe bursting type of cold air that's moving in, but I do think it's enough to want to bring those sensitive plants indoors and cover the ones that you can't bring indoors. If you're traveling today, Texas, you're looking good. But if you are traveling outside of the state, a few trouble spots include the Rockies in Denver, areas anywhere from Kansas, Missouri into the Midwest. Areas of rain. That system eventually shifts over the mid-Atlantic, so rain extending anywhere from the Florida Panhandle to the southeast, the Carolinas, and then eventually a rain-snow mix the more north you go. And that could mean that we could be seeing some not so great weather for the parades that happen in the Northeast. So temperatures, again, a little warm today, but we will see that cool down for Thanksgiving. There's that gobble. And then we'll eventually see another front moving in this weekend. Next week, high temperatures in the mid-50s. And don't forget, next week also kicking off a few Santa's Helpers events. You can find info on WFA.com. We'll be back.